Hello, my name is Peter, and I'm a representative of Byzantium team and our builders team. What we do in Byzantium, we are doing marketing for the last 6 years. We are doing marketing for blockchain startups and for common startups as well, and for games, yes, of course. And at DAO Builders, we build in DAO and building tokenomics for fresh startups like the pre-seed stage and a seed stage. And we help him to recognize the token in their ecosystem, how should it work and how it should be. So I will try to explain you that play-to-earn mechanics is nothing special, and it's actually pretty common stuff, and everyone have seen it before. So let's start with basics. Players just earn resources and products while gaming, and that's what any gamer do in any game. So that's a common stuff, and it's, of course, it depends on their performance rate. But what next? The next stage in why it is possible in Web3. Um, the next stage is cash out, and it's possible in Web3 because it's easy to reward your player, your user, with tokens, with some gaming assets which have a value on the open market. And if you want to do something like this at the common market with a common game, just ask your accountant how hard it would be to compensate and to reward the users with the regular money, with the fiat currencies. Every accountant would be against it so much. But in a Web3, we have tokens, and that's why it's cool. Let's go next. Actually, it's nothing special with play-to-earn mechanics. It's very easy, and there are lots of projects which do the same, exactly the same, like play-to-earn, move-to-earn, drive-to-earn, dance-to-earn, sex-to-earn. I've met all of them. They're really doing it, and lol to earn it may be the only one thing they're not doing right now, but I'm pretty sure that the community collaborated with different stand-up artists, for example. They are coming soon in nearest future. Audience would start receive their benefits from just laughing. So, but what is it? Have we ever seen it before? If everyone know, he can tell me, what do you know about this mechanics in the Web2 world? What was it? It's a cashback. It's a classic model, like it was when Uber was just starting their business. They attracted additional money to reward the first passengers and first drivers with additional money. For example, in my native hometown, the first Uber rides I can cost me like $1, and of course the driver earned much more than $1 per this ride. But it was just a marketing mechanic to attract more drivers, more passenger, and to make it bigger, to engage community to use the Uber app and to join this economy. But where does this money come from? And in a Web1, if you remember what is it, it's a web where you can only read. And yes, you can sell something, but to engage the community, you need to share the profit. And that's why it's so hard, and that's why your accountant would be against it. And the Web2 world, like it was with Uber, you need to attract more investments at the early stages, and say to your investors and different VC that yes, we are going to spend like 1 million or 2 million or 1 billion, it doesn't matter, to attract more audience, to force them to use our application or game, it doesn't matter, to use it right now, maybe if they are not truly fans, but they will start doing for money. And in Web3, it is possible using tokenomics. Tokenomics is the inner economy of the product, which is connected to the open market economy. And let's go there. It's a classic stuff. Like at the very beginning of all this crypto hype, everyone was talking about Metcalfe law and how it works. And just check this out. More connection and network you have, more power of the network will come. And if you understand that your network is growing day by day, it's growing like every day, you can take some part of the revenue of this future growth of your ecosystem and share it with your audience. And you can do it in a natural way because all of the iterations, they are recorded in blockchain. They should be recorded in blockchain. People interact with each other with NFTs, with soulbound tokens, with regular USC20 tokens or something like this. But you can expect that more they trade with each other, more they play with each other, then your network would grow with these actions, with these useful actions. But the real question is how to fit your project into the Play2Earn model. And it's all about the tokenomics. That's what we actually do. That's what took like most hours of our work is to build it. Everyone think about, maybe not everyone, but most of people think about the tokenomics like about the pizza chart with allocations and how to share it, how to share the allocation between all the investors, team members, and all those guys. But actually, it's a little bit harder. And after you scheduled all the allocations and wasting calendars, you should go to utilities. And here's everyone usually thinks about use cases, but it's also about the emission control. You can burn your token, you can put them into staking, and all of these moves are just for one thing, to halt the circulation, to control it so far, at least until the network would be big enough to become stable of their users. Because at the very beginning, it usually still centralized, even if we use decentralized mechanism, it all depends on the team and how they work. But in the future, when we have huge community, it is much easier to make it stable. And circulation, it's kind of the last step of it. It combines emission model and utility model all in one. And what you need to be sure that every token is free to go to the open market, free to go to an exchange, free to go to the centralized exchange, and it could go back and everyone can do it easily. That's what we can do in Web3, because you cannot exchange the common stocks. You even can't receive common stocks from gaming, but you actually can't exchange your value from one game to another. And that's why we're also waiting for publishers coming to this market, because it would be bigger when you can exchange your assets from one game to assets from another game, and publishers will do it faster than single developers do it inside their own game. But the market still can be decentralized, and that's quite cool. If anyone was looking for a good pictures here, I have no special pictures actually. Just to take your attention, that's a link for you. You can follow it, and you can get all the information about how fast we are growing at the Web3 market, how fast we are growing at the GameFi market, and just check it out. If you are still not sure, should you go to the Web3 right now? Just check this site. You will understand that we are still at the very beginning, and that's why I like this market. It's this market when everything is growing. You can do whatever you want. You can act like your heart tells you. So you don't need to pretend to be someone. If you try to go working with Goldman Sachs, you wouldn't be free. I am totally sure in that. But in Web3 market, it blockchain market, you can do whatever you want. That's why it's good. And I have nothing to tell you. Actually, what I was going to tell you about Play2Earn mechanics, it's all about that's a common marketing instrument, and it should be handled somehow. Otherwise, it would go Ponce, like it was with Stepan, and like it was with different other projects. So please write it down into your white papers. Write down into your documents, into your circulation model. It should be circulated. And if anyone have any questions, I'm ready to answer it. But my short answer to the main topic is Play2Earn is just a common marketing activity, nothing special. What makes it special? Market, Web3 market. Maybe some question. Let's start discussion here. It would be easier to discuss it like we're in a panel discussion. Here is enough people to do it.
Thanks for the speech. Look, as I said, Play2Earn is just another marketing instrument. But don't you think it's a bit broken that the developers spend their money in developing game? They spend their efforts. Publishers spend their money and efforts, and then they're also paying someone to play their game. Shouldn't we find maybe another way to market our games? And what else in terms of value you see in Play2Earn future, if you see any future in it?
The main value here is the community growth. That's why we do it for different projects, and that's why everyone wants to implement it. And for example, what I believe that in the nearest future, we would see lots of projects with endless economy, which have no limitation of circulation of token circulating, which have no any limitations with endless emission. I believe that that's real money, and that's how they could work. Not everything should use deflationary model. Not everyone should be like Bitcoin. So I believe that some networks could grow endlessly. So I believe that we need to change the main economy for most of the project, and at least half of them.
Okay, so what you're telling that we need to invest in Play2Earn to grow our community, right?
In any way you would spend money to attract community.
Yeah.
As I said, Uber spent their money, which they took from investors at the very beginning, to attract more audience. And in Web3, you can spend your tokens even in time they still have no any value. Even if they are not in open market yet, you can start using them to reward the early birds. So it's all about early birds and early supporters and how to support users who do some useful activities. According to your first question, I think that we should specify the activities which are rewarded, because right now it looks like Ponzi scam in most of cases, because all the activities are too primitive and common, and there's nothing special in them, like make a repost or something. And everyone knows that there are tons of bots in Twitter, and everyone who were trying to bot some, like they say, shilling services. Everyone knows it's all bullshit and it doesn't work.
Shouldn't we invest more money in, like, again, in community in a classic way? So why do I need to bother even to building with building a tokenomics with going like full blockchain? Instead, for example, like invest money in classic marketing, create a couple articles, meet another key opinion leaders in the classic gaming market.
I think people like when someone hear them. That's the main stuff, because community wants to give the feedback to the projects, and it's true, and they want developers to hear them. That's it. So we can be transparent in Web3, and that's also attracting community.
So was you telling that the transferring to Web3 is about listening feedback from the community, and it is not what developers want themselves, but is what the community asking them, right?
There are tons of opportunities for developers as well and for investors as well. For example, most of developers can start uh, attract money at the very early stages, and they can start attract money from the community. They don't need VCs anymore. In some cases, they also can get grants, as you mentioned in your speech. They can apply lots of different blockchain grants program, and that's cool as well. And those grants program, they are community programs, right?
Okay, thanks a lot.